Okay, welcome to week 5. We only got a couple more weeks before we are finished. Now, the first thing I want to say for this week is be prepared to work on paper. Now, the reason why we're kind of switching gears and not working on Desmos right now is because I need for you to understand what a linear inequality is and how to graph them before we go back to Desmos. So I know some of you are kind of tired of Desmos, but that's probably one of the best tools right now, considering that we're fully online. So before we go back to Desmos, we're going to learn about linear inequalities. And then we're going to take that this new knowledge that we're learning and apply it to something that we can do in Desmos, which is actually shading. So before we understand how to shade, we got to understand the math behind it. Okay, so now, this is pretty much the same as normal, the introduction, whatever. The lesson directions is pretty much what I just said. We're working on paper. Now, there are videos before each worksheet that I plan on having you work on. There's one called an ed puzzle, which is it's a kind of a cool video where you watch the video and it asks you questions during the video to kind of keep you in check, make sure that you understand what's going on, or they're my videos, which I created. So the only thing that you're going to be turning in, which I'll go over in a second again, is this quizzes that we've played in class before. You're just going to finish that quiz. I believe there's unlimited attempts. I'm pretty sure. I'll make sure. Unlimited attempts. Just make sure that you do not rush through the quiz because it is graded. I mean, well, at least you want to you want to make sure that you kind of get an accurate representation of what you know and not just rushing through it and getting a bunch wrong. So, okay, so like normal, we're on Google Doc. Week 5 assignments. There are 5 of them, but really they should go by really quickly. The longest thing is going to be watching the videos. And if you're watching this video right now, um, I'll give you a heads up because I know a lot of you don't really watch these videos. So for the people that are watching them, thank you. I appreciate it. Um, some of these videos I will say aren't necessary if you feel like you're pretty confident with inequalities. And inequalities are like the less than, greater than, or equal to sign stuff. So if you're pretty confident about your skills in that, then I would try the worksheet before watching the video because the videos are kind of long, but that's because I kind of try to go into depth as much as possible, but also not trying to spend an hour on the videos. So I would say at least try to watch the introduction. It's pretty short, and it's a little good kind of review back into what an inequality is, and then from there, just start working on the worksheets and how each assignment setup is. Assignment number 1, here's the video tutorial, here's the worksheet link. You click on each of those, and then the directions right here. You're going to complete numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. And if you click on these worksheets, like I am about to do right now, it brings it up to what is called a PDF. So here are the numbers that you're going to work on, 1 through 11 odds. And there's some extra ones here if you want to. But here at the very bottom are the answers. So it says draw a graphic region inequality. Here are the answers for you to check your work. So I would highly encourage you to check your work. If you want, you can send me pictures of your work and I can kind of talk you through it as well. But here are the answers for you to just kind of check your own work. So link for both directions, and it kind of is the same thing each and every time. I will say for assignment 2, in these videos, there is a very crucial step to learn about solving inequalities. So this one, oh, I clicked on the video. Sorry, let me click on the worksheet. This one right here. So we're gonna learn how to solve these inequalities exactly like equations. So if there's an equal sign right here and you know how to solve that, it is literally the same thing. Now there's one extra step that we don't really understand. Well, I teach you it in the video. It's kind of confusing. If you don't get it, it's fine. But if you divide, especially for this one, I believe, if you divide by a negative across this inequality, then what you have to do to this inequality is you have to flip the direction of it. And I kind of go into, or I do go into that in these videos right here. And I also have a little note right here: be careful when multiplying or dividing by a negative number. So if you don't know what that is, look it up, watch my video, whatever, figure it out, because it will change your answer. So if you're wondering why you're getting something wrong and it's just the sign is flipped or something like that, that's why. So watch those videos. So these might be a little bit more useful than some of these if you feel like you're pretty confident. Yeah, so again, same setup: links for video, worksheet, directions. Links for video, worksheet, directions. This one you probably don't need to watch, because if you watch these ones right here, it's very similar, just this worksheet has an extra step. Okay, and then we're going to continue below, assignment 4. Now here's this worksheet right here is about graphing. So what I would do is I would watch one of these videos. Now this one's by me, and it actually is working on the worksheet that you're working on. So if you want to watch that, you'll get to see some of the answers for the ones that you actually do. But this video right here is actually super helpful, and I think it's probably a better video than mine, to be honest. He explains it way better than I do. So just choose one of those. Um, and this kind of worksheet in these videos right here will kind of help us understand too, why is there shading on the graphs, and how we're gonna learn how to connect that to Desmos shading. So when we go to kind of create some kind of cool picture, so let's look at some Desmos graphs, kind of illustrate what I'm talking about. Desmo graph art. So you can see here, like on some of these right here. So there's some shading on the pants right here. Um, Not a whole lot of shading, but there's you have an ability to shade in Desmos, and that's because of an inequality. And then the last assignment is a quizzes. So you're just going to copy this link, paste it in the search bar. It'll take you to the quiz. You can pretty sure unlimited attempts. Do not rush through it because it's graded. And then how to turn in work. The only thing you're turning in this week, it's quiz 1 link. The only thing you're turning in this week is just finishing this quiz. Everything else, you're just doing that on your own, checking your own answers. If you need help, send your stuff to me or Mr. Meyer for periods 2 or 3, and then we can help you with that. And then that's what's due is just the completed quiz. All our stuff, like I said, is for your own learning. That's it for the week 5 introduction.